some of the steam out of it.
Trying to do too much, you know what I mean? It's like, I get it, you want that 5 yards. You got 2 plays, like, let's let our guys play fast and get up and go.
44 yards. Vizcaino already good for 46. And this kick, nope, no good. But the flag is out, and the Chargers say it's against the Cowboys.
Did someone line up off sides again? I mean, that could be on the Chargers.
The Cowboys are reacting like they think it's going to be favorable for their side.
I think it is.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, offense number 79. The 16-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play at the 34-yard line.
I'll tell you what that can do.
You have a Hail Mary.
Yardage. Yeah, you got a chance to heave one. It's called on Pipkins, Trey Pipkins.
79. See him grab that face mask right there? Boom. He's ripping it off.
Football will come all the way to the Cowboy 49.
This is the swings in this half are just, I mean, up and down. Oh, yep. Turnover. Touchdown. Turnover. A penalty. Oh, we're driving. Penalty. Oh, missed field goal. And now Hail Mary, that's going to get caught.
Of course, the Cowboys with the original Hail Mary. Roger Staubach to Drew Pearson. Up in Minnesota in a playoff game. And that's where the phrase was born in football terms. That is. Timeout called by the Chargers. Now the Chargers in this quarter, the offense called just in the second quarter for 8 penalties, and now that last one on their special teams.
Yeah, that's just not going to get it done. Like, that's the number one thing you want your team to be disciplined. It's like false starts, taunts, holding penalties. Sometimes things happen, but the stuff you can control. As a head coach, I'd be very upset.
Look at the Chargers.
Motion that allows it to happen.
Tony, they send 3 defenders. Driving back toward the 10-yard line and beyond.
And everyone has a little different way, right? You got to keep them back there. But sometimes you send pressure with a guy to drip, and then the other part is they're playing man-to-man with everyone. So everyone's double-teamed late. He'll be the spy right here. He's going to guard the back and then take off the quarterback.
Timeout call by Dak.
Oh, my gosh. It's like a basketball game. It takes an hour, the last 3 seconds.
Could be the first time that the NFL in its history has ever had a halftime score of 14-11.
No, that's not true.
You remember another one?
No, but I just can't believe that's actually true. Come on.
Yeah, who says it's halftime? There's still 3 seconds.
11, never. I mean, 14 happens all the time, but 11's never happened before the 14.
Never.
I think you just made it up.
Will they try that play we saw last week against Kansas City at the end of the half by the Browns where they go short, middle of the field?
You can't. Yeah, because they're up there on a man-to-man end now. He's got to try and scramble and then throw it.
Lamb with the catch.
Oh my gosh.
He's got Elliott off his right wing. Gives it to Elliott. He's out of
No
bounds at the
way.
4.
Oh, I think he got to the 1, Jim.
Well, I think it might have been a forward lateral. I'm not sure, but Derwin James able to save the day, the last man in the last line of defense.
And we talked about it earlier. You just need to get the ball in CeeDee Lamb's hand. He's going to make something happen. And right here, they're playing backyard. This is just the option right there.
That was
Tommy
a clean
Frazier
lateral.
over to who?
Yeah. Well, they needed 51, Tony. They got 49. Wow. Incredible.
What a half. 14-11. It stands.
Yes. First time ever. 14-11 Cowboys. Halftime next. After these first half highlights from Verizon. And a word from your local station.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's.
Wow. trying to get a face cam up. Give me a second, guys. Wow, the Bears barely won against the Bengals. Dang. Cleveland barely won against the Bengals. Texans, jeez. Chargers. I said Chargers, didn't I? The Rams. What? How did they barely win against the Colts? Buffalo smoked Miami. New England smoked the Jets. San Francisco barely won against Philly. Let's check up on this on the Atlanta, Tampa Bay, even though it's 21-10. Yes! How much fantasy points did they give my defense? Yes! Yes! They have 7 points on my defense. Yes! Three touchdowns. Oh my gosh. Mike Evans got me a touchdown reception. Yes. Yes. Last week went horrible on my fantasy team, bro. Just a ghost here. They're playing right now. I'm glad Raiders won against the Steelers. I hate the Steelers and their franchise. Gosh, why is it so cold in this room? In the red zone. Tom Brady got rushing yards. That's funny. Atlanta has a penalty. Yay. I don't like the Buccaneers. Yes! 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 Mike Evans. could win this week. I would have had a better chance if I started Pollard over Dylan, because I don't know if Dylan's going to do anything this week. 28-10, Tampa Bay. Cool. Gosh dang, why is this taking so long? This makes no sense. the games back on it? The only game I can like get the audio to is the Dallas and Chargers game. I could actually win this week. Oh, it's back on. 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 It's back on.
You want to make pizza night with the family even better? Man, get yourself the new Parmesan crusted papadilla. It's like a golden, crispy little fireworks show in your mouth. Get a new Parmesan crusted papadilla for only $7. Papa John's. The chance to take someone else's power for yourself. You can't deny that would feel good. You never take me down.
Single partners, them trusting you.
Oh, that can be banned.
Trust anybody.
Open Air Plaza. At the end of the season, the Super Bowl 56. Inside here. Here's a first and 15 out from the Cowboy timeout. And with pressure, that ball is picked up by Jalen Smith. But it's an incompletion. Odigizua was in on Herbert.
Oh, it's a screen, so you're trying to let him go right by. Good job by him. But 92 Armstrong sensed
What
it,
the frick?
disrupted the play.
By the way, Inside the NFL is streaming
Oh.
now. The hardest hitting team of the analysts in football provide
There
expert
it goes,
insight and
there.
exclusive commentary you can't find anywhere else. Stream new episodes Tuesdays, 9:30 p.m. exclusively on Paramount Plus. Second and 15. Tillman in front and almost coming up with the theft is Curse. Trayron Curse.
I'm really impressed with Curse today. He had that one time, he made the interception, but he held him just for a second. But every play, he's showing up and doing it aggressively and coming downhill. I mean, there's so many times he's taken on a double team or a blocker and disrupted a run, and then on the back end, I mean, he's got great instincts. I'm impressed, Jim.
Yeah, he's doing a lot with Donovan Wilson inactive because of the groin injury. Stepping up. Fourth third down for the Chargers, a 3rd and 10 or longer. And the pass on the money for a first down at the 27 with Keenan Allen.
Oh my gosh. That ball all the way across the field in a turkey hole against 2 men. And Diggs stops because no one throws that.
He actually got a hand on it. See the way the
He
ball
did.
arrived?
It was a great job, but
Yep.
I mean, this throw,
42 yards it is.
yeah, but the throw was like 64 yards from that
Yep.
hash. Look at, he's on that left side and in rhythm, and
And in balance
you notice him looking off that whole time. Ooh.
from the Cowboy 26. Chargers' longest play of the game. And up the middle, the pass completed to the 18 to Justin Jackson. I was going to say, this is the 4th time they've converted, or it's the 4th time they've faced 3rd and 10 plus, and they've converted 3 of the 4 times.
And that right there is a good job by Joe Lombardi, the offense coordinator, giving them a full 7-man protection where you have time, and then you let your guy throw a hose on the sideline.
2nd and 2, and Cowboys jump across. Jackson able to break through it and pick up a first down.
And that's deflating, right? As the game goes on, the D-line gets a little more tired. All these, just them being out there for this kind of time, and it's just deflating when that happens. And when Allen makes that catch, right? That's also great concentration. That ball was tipped.
Yeah, it didn't arrive there on a tight spiral. The last moment, Diggs had no time barely to adjust off the tip. So a new set of downs again. Chargers, 2 tight ends. Eckler back in and running back. To Eckler. He's wrapped up. Vander Esch. It's an interesting little matchup with the coordinators, if you will. As you see, that one was touched, I believe, by Armstrong. You got Dan Quinn, D coordinator for the Cowboys, a longtime head coach, of course, 6 years in Atlanta, going against Joe Lombardi. They've met twice a year, the Saints and the Falcons. There's Quinn.
Yes, you're exactly right, and he's done a great job.
Herbert keeps it. Nothing there.
He's done a great job with morphing, right? He studied himself, and he studied and he looked and goes, we're just not tight enough on some of these throws and everything over the years. The Seattle zone system and everything, and they've morphed it. And Dan Quinn, I give him credit. I love what I see. They play a lot more cover 4. In other words, that there's 4 guys back instead of just 3, and that help all the way to the end zone. And that gives teams a little bit of trouble, and you're seeing it play out that way. But huge play right here.
Another 3rd and 10 plus. Can they do it again? Herbert. Incomplete. The target was Jared Cook. Jalen Smith was there to help break it up.
And Jalen Smith's one-on-one on this play. He does a great job of keeping his leverage inside, and Herbert throws the ball behind, but he kind of had to a little bit with the safeties in front. He protected it. But actually, that was Jalen Smith disrupting right off the ball. He gets up into Cook and makes the whole route get thrown off time-wise.
Biscayno now again to tie it. Made from 46, missed from 44. This from 32. And hold on.
There's no timeout. Guys, are they kicking a field goal here this time? Yeah, it looks like it. Are you sure? It looks like it. Okay, you guys ready for the field goal unit? Yep. All right, everything's
The
good.
action on the field was stopped in order to respot the football.
You overheard and eavesdropped on a lot of those conversations through the years.
Yeah, I had a time where
Stick your nose right in the huddle.
I had a 4th and inches one time, and I'm talking to him, and I kind of used my foot and tried to move it forward a couple inches.
Come on. Saw you do that on the golf course. No, I didn't. Kick is good.
Oh, yes, you did.
11 unanswered now for the Chargers. The game's tied at 14. Still without a punt in the game because the one we had in the first half was a roughing the kicker call. 14-14 in the 3rd.
Grill's the heart of the kitchen. Grill's the heart of the kitchen. It's where the magic happens. This is where we're making the food. It all comes together here. We season it, we grill it, and it tastes great. It's my favorite part, laying it down. Listen to that sizzle.
Prescott looking for Cooper and just hung on to the ball one tick too long.
Brian Anger in the punt, barring a penalty. This will be our official first punt of the game.
And out of field goal range there? Oof.
Yep, because of the sack.
That's just a huge one right there. That's one where you have to throw it away. Dak's played an outstanding game today. Really only 2 plays he would want back, right? The interception, and maybe that one.
And we got a flag.
Offense.
We'll back him up to 47.
Remains 4th down.
Anger a little bit more room to operate. Tyreke Hill stands inside the 10. Special teams were really problematic for the Chargers last year in almost every area. You don't feel this one, do you?
No.
Wow, Hill has pinned his own team back at the 8-yard line.
New customers get our best deals on all smartphones.
That's right.
But what if I'm already a customer?
Oh, no problem.
Okay, I got it.
Well, it's got lots of pepperoni, and the crust is brushed with a buttery garlic sauce and sprinkled with Parmesan.
I mean, we can do something sort of like that, ish.
Wait, is that a cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust?
Little Caesars.
It's a pepperoni ambush!
No, 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 no. Little Caesars!
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new pepperoni stuffed crust, just $10. Pizza.
Yeah, a win feels good. But you know what feels better? A BetMGM win. Hitting overs, hitting unders, covering those spreads. Woo! That's how we do, baby. Now hold on a second. Now you're winning?
Gosh, my legs are itching.
Welcome back to SoFi. They say everything is bigger in Texas, but this massive infinity screen here at the stadium is the largest in the NFL. It stretches 120 yards, weighs 2.2 million pounds, and contains 70,000 square feet of digital LED. And to me, one of the best things about it is being able to watch all the other games during pregame.
There's Eckler running backwards and picking up 9. Reminds me of your media center at your house, Tony.
Yeah, exactly like that. That's amazing. It really is a sight to see. I mean, when you see it, it's got that wow factor.
Speaking of wow factor, of course, we've seen this before. What a fun way to watch a game at field level. In the field level luxury suites.
Yeah, they're awesome. All these suites, I mean, special place here.
2nd and 1. Back to Eckler, shakes it off for the first down. And gets about 5. It's his 7th catch of the game.
And Cowboys get good pressure up the middle, and Herbert does a good job just, some of his best plays that he makes. And Dak's similar, right? It's like they're big, tough, physical, but just checking the ball down when stuff breaks down, can sometimes be the difference. And the last third down, that was the difference with a field goal or not. And, Herbert made the 4-1 earlier, like all quarterbacks do, but these guys both do a great job of getting the ball to their backs when stuff breaks down and making good plays out of stuff that could be bad.
On the bootleg, the pass is complete. And that's to Steven Anderson. Bounced around the league a little bit in his 4 years out of Cal. Picks up 7.
I'm starting to like what the Cowboys are doing now. In this half, they're starting to get their hands on and getting up a little tighter, right? Doesn't mean you're just going to give up a big play on you. It just means make it a little harder than just, throw the ball over the middle for 8 yards and do it over and over with a soft zone. And I think the Chargers need to start to do more of that. And the last drive they did when James made that 5-yard loss, made it go to 3rd and 11, and all of a sudden you're not behind the 8 ball, you're in front of it. Is that a word? Is that the 8 ball?
Yeah, I think so. You say it is. Here's Herbert. Almost there. That was Eckler with another marker on the field.
That's going to be a hold, I think. And the Cowboys hooker, I thought, was just looking down there. It looked like he was holding number 28.
It is on the Cowboys.
Holding, defense, number 7. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It's a Cowboy defense, Tony, that had 4 takeaways at Tampa. This is what you're talking about. You saw it live.
Oh, it was Diggs, yeah.
1 takeaway in this game.
Oh my gosh.
But a defense that was always playing from behind last year. In a year where the franchise tried to overcome so many injuries. They're hoping that this recent rash of things that have happened, like to DeMarcus Lawrence, is going to simmer down.
Look at Atlanta. Oh my Lord.
That's out to the 40 for Jackson. It's tough though when you come into a game, Tony, you're going to miss both of your starting defensive ends.
It's never a good thing. A defensive coordinator never loves that, and that's why Parsons, number 11 right there, is playing defensive end. But I thought they've done a decent job today. This team has a lot of movement, stunts up front, so you don't always have to have the biggest, strongest, best guys. They sometimes create mismatches through movement. You can slide through holes and disrupt it. But right now, they got to get up on the outside and get their hands on these receivers.
2nd and 6. Curse is on him. Pass got away. Almost ended up in the hands of the Cowboys. That's incomplete. That's Armstrong, who at the end, after Allen made a play on the ball, almost was able to get a takeaway for Dallas.
And he comes back and gets hit.
Oh, how about you want it?
And luckily, he doesn't throw it right to the Cowboys. Wow, Curse, though, great instincts. Another outstanding job by Curse, disrupting the play.
Been in a bunch of plays, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. You could just see his instincts, right? He's able to see and react faster.
3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, and they've got the first down with Guyton taking it to the Cowboys 44.
I think it was
Palmer.
Yeah.
Palmer.
But
beg your pardon, Joshua Palmer, the rookie they took in the 6th round or 3rd round out of Tennessee.
Eyes downfield, fire to the sideline, and make it look like it's routes on air by yourself. That's not an easy throw, and he just does that stuff as if he's just, it's a little chip shot for him. It's not a full iron, and that's why he's so good on 3rd down, Jim. It's just stuff that's hard looks easy.
They feel really good about the find. They got Palmer to the other side to go to Williams. He's got another 9 on what his 6th catch of the game. So now the Chargers picking up some momentum.
And you see how big he is, right? That ball, there's so much radius, places to throw it to him. And Herbert with that cannon, just another out cut in rhythm. Dak's been sitting a long time, right? I know they were out there, but it's like, that's just a long time for an offense to be waiting. You get antsy and you start to try and press sometimes.
Bad snap, he recovers, he flings it wide open at the 7, and in for the touchdown is Donald Parham. But another marker on on the field.
I tell you what, this is going to be a huge call. Do they call the penalty on the Chargers for holding there, or
Tony Corrente.
Action at the line of scrimmage, holding. Offense number 87. 10-yard penalty, 7 down.
And I thought I saw that too. I mean, it's almost like it looked like he almost grabbed Van Der Esch 55's face mask. We're going to see 87 and 55 right down here. Let's see. Does he hold him?
Had his hand inside the pad, the shoulder pad here, Tony. Is that holding right there? Maybe it was a little bit of the face mask.
It definitely looks like it's extreme, right? But I think you're going to get called for that. You can't do that. When you have your arm like that in that bar and it looks like you need to grab a hold of it, it's a penalty. And that's huge, though. Wow, what a play call. And they had him wide open.
Yeah, wipes out the 36-yard touchdown. 2nd and 12. Eckler, what a catch he makes. And there's a flag coming down on this one.
I mean, that's an unbelievable catch by Eckler, and then you're going to get a
personal foul penalty on Dallas.
Tacked in at the end. I mean, by the way, that throw, another one. Just keep going. Wow. I mean, it's getting normal now, right? But he has 1 inch to put this in, and he literally does it.
How about the catch? Oh, the hit to the head by Diggs. Forearm shiver.
One-handed, running back, on a wheel or on an out and up.
How did he hold on?
I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys defense is actually playing pretty good.
Yep.
You know, just that some of these plays.
Offside. Defense, number 56, in the neutral zone at the snap. His penalty is declined.
Wait a minute.
Personal foul.
Oh, there you go.
Unnecessary roughness, number 7. His 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And Eckler's going to go into the tent to be evaluated after the shot to the head.
Now they're going to get all the way down to the 13-yard line.
A drive that started back at their own 9-yard line. Roundtree comes in for Eckler. Open, but closing in on him quickly as Guyton picks up about 4, maybe 5.
Well, if you needed to stand up and get a stop, Dallas, right now, I mean, you just get the feeling whichever quarterback, right? You've said it. It's going to come down to the efficiency of these two, and this is a time to get your hands on these guys, right? Be aggressive, because you know this is going to be one of their good plays they've been ready for all week. They got something designed.
Closing seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Watch this coming right back in here.
To the end zone and over the head of Williams.
And I think Herbert finally went to the wrong side. But you know what? That's good. The back shoulder, you know, to Williams. If they get that down, they're going to be really difficult to stop. That's more of a 3rd down, you know, under pressure kind of situation.
They bring Jackson in at running back. Again, Eckler helping get this far, but they don't have their main back inside the 10 as he's in the 10. 3rd and 6. End zone. Intercepted.
And we just said it, they need to come up with a huge play, and what a mistake by Herbert. Throwing the ball, and Kazee comes up with a momentum-changing and possibly a game-winning move.
Intercepted. And we'll be back in 30 seconds after this.
Our retirement plan with Voya.
start the fourth quarter at midfield.
How about that? The last 15 seconds of that half, you're not looking great, Dallas. Now you get an interception, then you come out, boom, and this place starting to get electric.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious!
Showing something here in this game. Oh, and he's able to stay on his feet. Had that 28-yard run to end the third quarter. He ran behind Connor Williams. He's got another big gain. Give him 23 this time. He's
Great job by him, but this is the key to the play. Amari Cooper, are you going to lay your body on the line and go up here and get that safety? Yup. And that's what allows him to pop it outside. Wow, that was one of the big keys.
There's another carry. He's got a gain of about 2.
And the blocking today has been outstanding. This is the Dallas Cowboys recipe. Tyron Smith, a wall over there, over and over again. Then you go to the other side, and Zach Martin and the run game, just displacing the guys up front and getting movement. And then you get time in the pocket, efficient football, and really it comes down to right now these plays to score, right?
Yep, there's Pollard who just got the 100-yard mark. 101 yards actually on 11 carries plus a touchdown. 2nd and 7. You're getting it over to C.D. Lamb, and Derwin James says you're not going anywhere. Maybe get 1 off the forward progress.
Yeah, you're not going to do that against Derwin James. I mean, that's how they stopped them. The last time they had the ball, they had the similar thing. They threw a quick one out there, and James came up and stopped them. to, in this system, take away their two best players. So they're going to try and double team him and double team up there. They're going to try and go somewhere else on offense.
Looking for Cooper. And the pass instead to the 11-yard line goes to Schultz for the first down.
Great job by Dak Prescott standing in under pressure. As you see on a big, huge third down, Bosa gets in there.
Boy, did he get clobbered. Stood in there, though. Delivered it perfectly.
It was. Schultz goes down and gets it. All right, similar position as the Chargers. Can Dallas take advantage and score? Can the Chargers turn the tide?
Yeah, all tied at 14 from the 11. It's Zeke.
It's a lot of emotion for a 1-yard run.
So the Cowboys, that first quarter, again, they picked up 13 first downs in the first 15 minutes. This is the first time Dallas has done that in over 20 years in a quarter. But things settled down. The Chargers kind of dominated possession time. Herbert was trying to take the lead on that last series at about this same point on the field when he threw the pick. Now what will Dallas do on 2nd and 9? End zone. Incomplete. What a great job by Adderley to deny Jarwin.
Almost the same thing that Herbert did.
Yeah.
Where they throw it and all of a sudden the guy goes right around and Adderley jumps up and really should have probably had it. Both quarterbacks. Dak gets away with that one. Herbert's didn't.
Adderley on the injury report all week with a groin injury, but made a great play there. Here's the 3rd and 9. Pressure. He's hit. The ball's out. Ball is out.
Back row hits him. What a rush. 52 comes right around.
Recovered by the Cowboys, so they'll be able to bring out Zerline with an attempt to take the lead back after that early 14-3 advantage. What a hit by Fackrell. Zach Martin was the one who recovered it, Tony.
I mean, it's huge. Fackrell with an outstanding job on Tyron Smith, which is hard to do. And that ball gets out, and Zach Martin with a huge recovery, giving the Cowboys a chance to take the lead.
It's 34 yards, just what it is. 10:33 to go in the game to take the lead. And the kick is good. From 34 yards away, Zerline puts the Cowboys ahead 17-14.
At Burger King, we ban 120 artificial ingredients from our food. We keep it real.
will be here, third different venue in Los Angeles to host the Super Bowl. Coliseum, of course, got it all started back in 1967. The Rose Bowl hosted as well. SoFi will be next up. Here's the kick. Will not be returned. By the way, Saturday, a college football doubleheader on CBS begins at noon Eastern. Mountain West matchup, Boise State and Utah State. 3:30, the SEC on CBS. Texas A&M will clash with 16th ranked Arkansas. Full afternoon of college football Saturday on CBS. Jerry Jones will be very interested in that Razorback game. Of course, Arkansas with a huge win over Texas a week ago. But a lot of people don't realize, born in Los Angeles. He's so always tied, of course, to Arkansas, where he played football and Cowboys, but born in El Segundo, in the LA area. That's Eckler, who returned to the game after being evaluated, picks up about 3. And of course, Jerry played football for the Hogs, co-captain of the national championship team back in 1964.
He's always had a passion for football, obviously a passion for Arkansas and the Cowboys. What a great guy. I love that guy.
2nd and 7. There's a handoff, and bouncing out with the first down is Guyton. Yeah, I mentioned there's a story, what a story uncovered by Sam Farmer of the LA Times about Jerry Jones' childhood. Went out and found the house. He was born here. That's his first home. It's located 3 blocks from the south runway of LAX and 5 miles from SoFi Stadium. Sam discovered the whole thing. His father built that house for $400. Lived there through his first 6 years before the family moved to Arkansas. Maybe his dad used to walk around the house and say, "How about them Rams?" Who knows? 1st and 10. His hometown team for so long. Anderson with the catch. We got an update. JB, the coach, take it away.
Brady with his 5th touchdown of the game.
Yeah, the 5th one, JB. This one to Chris Gardner from 12 yards out. Tampa Bay takes the lead over Atlanta 35-25.
Jim, I know you know the records. Brady is 3rd all time with games of 5 touchdowns or more. Back to Jim Nance.
How about the start to the season by TB12? Crazy.
He's going to have a future in the sport if he gets it up.
Yeah, I think so. Williams with the catch.
Remarkable. And you see right now these young guys trying to capture some of that Brady magic and take their team down in the 4th quarter. Dak did a great job in the last drive getting them in position. They get a field goal out of it. Now Herbert using his eyes. Wow. It's a great shot right there by our team downstairs, showing you his eyes. Impressive.
7 catches, 91 yards for Williams, and a touchdown. Still has it. In chase. And avoid a loss. Kamara was running after him. Was able to take it for a pickup of about 3.
And everything's covered on this play. It's a great job by the Dallas Cowboys to match, flash with their man. And really, Herbert just showing the ability not to take a negative play. Today, the 2 interceptions is rare, but he usually makes great decisions. Covered. There's a safety on top of him there. Covered.
Halfway through the 4th. 2nd and 7. Pitches it back to Jackson. He dives because he knows he's near the sticks. Got another update. Let's get it right back to the studio in New York.
Bill Cowher says a runner's got to want it.
Yeah, it's about reps. Here's Derrick Henry. Finally gets loose into the secondary. Not to be caught. 60 yards. And now Seattle's leading cut from 30 to 23 for Tennessee.
12-17 left in regulation. Jim Nance.
Right, so a good one going on up the coast in Seattle. 7-yard carry by Jackson, got the first down. And again, he handles it this time for about 4.
Right here, this is every single time you get near an end zone, right, it's like you got to get 7 points everything. But right now, this game can get away from you in a hurry. If you're Justin Herbert, this team for a long time was not good in one-score games late, right? I mean,
that's a miserable record for a long time.
And now they're 5-0 the last 5
and 4 of those
with Herbert, right?
And 4 of those are by 4 points or less.
Yes, and these are the kind of plays, these are the drives right here that you've always needed a guy like this. And we'll see if he's able to do it again.
2nd and 6. He was looking deep, intermediate. Instead, it's Keenan Allen tiptoeing down to about the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him out at the 3.
And that's why you give him the ball. You never run it twice and throw it once. You let him throw it twice on every single 3-down sequence, and you see Allen goes up, gives Diggs a little shake.
That's a 30-yard pass play that puts Herbert over 300 for the 10th time in his career. 10 out of 17 games he's been over 300.
It's just him and Mahomes, right? Like we've already talked about it. It's rare stuff, but these are the plays right here. That last one, this one, that decide.
Got a one-on-one on the top with Williams. He's going to go left instead, and it's caught and reach it across his Cook. Touchdown Chargers. And a flag once again may tarnish the Chargers' offense best plans.
And it might be taunting on the Chargers here, but don't take anything away. What a throw, what a catch, and to extend that play and get it out there by Cook. Watch, Kurtz does a great job, 27, of getting under this pick. That ball's high heat. And then the extension by Cook.
Illegal shift, offense, number 84 and 81, moved at the same time and did not reestablish their position. 5-yard penalty will be enforced. Repeat, first down. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 87 against Los Angeles Chargers. This penalty is declined. It is first down.
That was a lot to unpack right there, Jim, but that is huge. The touchdown's off, right?
That's the second touchdown in the game, wiped out by penalty for the Chargers. Remember, they had the 36-yard touchdown throw that was called back.
And obviously the taunting at the end, you can't spin the ball right in front. We knew that, we just didn't know about the first one.
Let me bring
Gene in?
Gene, here they're trying to figure out where to spot it, and they're going to spot it at the 7. What did you see there, Gene?
They're going to go back to the previous spot, penalize 5 yards for the illegal shift. Because the taunt happens after the touchdown, they can't stack that penalty on. They've got to pick either or, but if they would decline the illegal shift, they would have to award the Chargers a touchdown and then 15 on the extra point. That's why they declined the taunt.
I was wondering about that one. Great job. Here's the first and goal throw, and it hits the defender Brown in the back.
It's a great job defensively. Brown talked about it this second half, right? The plastering, they're up on these guys, and this throw is really difficult. It just got to be higher. One of the rare underthrown balls by the quarterback.
Great clarification, though, by Gene right there. You're wondering at first, like, well, why would you take the bigger penalty? Because if you did, you'd had to force it after the touchdown.
Well, here we go.
Yep, second and goal. Can they overcome yet a parade of flags and get into the end zone and take the lead for the first time in this game? At all kinds of time, backpedaling to the 20, and now, watch out, unloads it, does not make it back to the line of scrimmage, but he was hit when he threw it. Cowboys are signaling, hey, we want grounded.
Oh, they're calling him down.
He was driving backwards.
No.
It's going to be third down from this spot.
Wow, back at the 26.
They're calling him down at the 25, a sack, which I don't think is a good call here, but they're going to call it.
They said because he was in the grass and he was backpedaling. Wow, that was awful quick to make that call.
That's not a good call, but he's down there. You want to protect the quarterback.
It's an 18-yard loss.
Gene, tell us, what'd you think there?
Well, you know what, I know what you guys are saying, but at some point you've got to let that quarterback make a great play there, and he's still trying to throw a ball, so he's not in a defenseless posture. He's trying to create another play, and I do disagree with the blow of forward progress on that play.
We agree with you. Here's a third and goal all the way back at the 25. You saw Staley in hysteria as they've had a touchdown taken away, and that penalty, or that call as well. And Eckler is going to somersault down at the 11, and now they'll come out for a field goal, try to tie it at 4.5 to go.
Oh, wow, what a call. That, I mean, if I'm a Charger fan, I'm not very happy. If you're a Cowboy fan, you're like, yes, he was down totally. But quick whistle. Now you got a field goal.
Yep, it's 9. That's a short one, too. So it's only going to be about 29 yards. Piscano raised 50 miles east of SoFi Stadium in Chino Hills. Has a chance to tie this game as we move under 4 minutes. And that kick is good. Just barely inside the right upright.
Just a bit inside.
But this quick whistle cost him, and a touchdown taken off the board as well.
God isn't here anymore.
What exactly?
I'm gonna check up on these other games. Seattle, Tennessee, 30-23. Oh man, I didn't realize how much time was on the clock in this Cowboys game. Tampa Bay, just oh my god. What the frick is happening in Arizona? Or is this Minnesota? I don't know what this game is being played. He's throwing 2 picks? Gosh, Kyler. He couldn't see over the offensive. That was so rude. Huh, that's interesting. Denver won against Jacksonville. The game that shocked me the most this week was Carolina and New Orleans. Their game's back on.
Actually drove it inside the 10, but produced only 3 points. We're tied with 3:54 to go. Cowboys trying to avoid the 0-2 start. Chargers trying to match everyone else in their division has played so far today and win. No one in the West has lost so far in the AFC as Pollard gets a whole group around him near the 25, and yet another calling coming from the officials.
Well, right here, 3:49 to go in the game, Jim. Your defense is exhausted on both sides.
And Dallas already, of course, short-handed, so, you know, but a couple players out.
Yeah. Dallas is in a perfect spot right here, right?
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 14. Penalty says half the distance to the goal, first down.
It's only week 3. Next week, we're going to be in Kansas City. We're going to see the Chargers again, take on the Chiefs. Other regional action. Some will get a game late. Dolphins and Raiders. Raiders 2-0. All starts noon Eastern. JB and the guys. NFL Today next Sunday. NFL is on CBS. That penalty on the special teams. Backs up Dallas to the 13-yard line. What a stick on Zeke. Great play by Murray, who was injured early in the game, had to be taken to the locker room.
Yeah, and you see his explosiveness. Comes downhill, you set the edge right there, Bosa, and Murray comes flying inside. This is a huge drive, right? The Cowboys, we've been watching them since 2019, Jim. We talked how good the Chargers are becoming in one-score games. They used to be not good, right? Well, the Cowboys have been 3-10, which is second worst in the NFL over the last few years. 7 points or fewer type games, right? This is an opportunity to say this is a different year. They lost it last week. You got to start to show it that we can do it, and your team starts to believe.
Second and 11. Jarwin able to fight and bounce around for an extra couple yards, but 3rd and maybe 4 coming up. With us now inside the 3-minute mark. Kevin Moore, what will he call? Your former backup, your former teammate.
Well, I think he's going to call whatever play I see. Okay. I'll say that's what I thought.
Right, exactly. I know that.
But the biggest one you're going to want to do is get the ball over the middle quickly.
3rd down. Wide open in the flat. Elliott with the first. Steps out at 2:30.
I can't believe this, okay? It's 3-on-2. And you're going to see he's got 3 guys over here, but he makes a perfect throw to Elliott, and he gets out. But these 2 guys for the Chargers are disgusted with themselves. Miscommunication. And Dak could sense it and get it out there for a huge first down.
Well, you're not kidding. They'd have probably given the Chargers the football off of a punt near the 50 or their own 40 and a run to the 31. And that's Pollard tackled down by Bosa.
And I like that. I honestly would probably take this down to the 2-minute. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, you can run a play here, but you get in 3rd down, all you're doing is giving the other team even more time.
Well, they hurry to the line. We'll see if they do anything.
You have all day. You got 2 timeouts. You just need a field goal. You know, I just think I'd try and draw them off sides. I wouldn't actually call the play here.
No play here. 2-minute warning with a tie game. The NFL is on CBS.
When does this what's it called? Chiefs game. When does the Chiefs game start? 7:20 p.m. Oh, I didn't mean to put that. God damn it! I can watch it on Yahoo Sports. Okay, good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, god dang. I don't know why I'm so tired. It's only 6 o'clock. I think I'll have...
Is sponsored by Verizon. 5G built right. And by McDonald's.
Coming up the the State Farm post-game show, time permitting. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, Coach Carr, scores and highlights. State Farm post-game show. Cowboys with 2 timeouts. Remember, they had to burn one in the early third. 2nd and 5. And Elliott about a yard short, 3rd and 1 coming up.
Ooh, I don't know. I can understand the call, right? But it's getting awfully close. And it's good. I mean, if you're going to do it there, I would get back on the ball and do that exact same thing, Jim.
Bosa not in on this play.
Just literally get up and do the same thing. And if they want to attack there, you just keep the ball down. But again, the ball down.
Shifting on that defensive front. It goes back to Elliott. He's got the first. Got the first at the 39.
There you go. Now you get going. For the Dallas, you don't use any timeouts. If I'm the Chargers, I actually start to take timeouts right after this play. And I start getting aggressive at Dallas Cowboys here.
Bosa back in. Back to Elliott. White brings him down at the 43. Clock running inside of a minute.
This is funny. Right here, because it was only 3 yards, I wouldn't use it. The Chargers, great job. Because right now, they're almost behind just a little bit. The Cowboys on getting themselves into position.
2nd down. Pass. Caught! Between 2 defenders, it's Cooper. Cooper slow to get up.
Uh-oh, he's going to be hurt. That's a timeout. The Chargers got to save theirs.
Timeout. Charge to Dallas. Cooper shaken up after making the catch. Down to the Chargers side of the field.
Can we even afford this house?
I'm pretty sure we can.
Pretty sure. With Rocket Mortgage, you can be certain.
What's the difference?
I'm pretty sure they're just dolphins.
Certain is better.
Let's go with certain.
When you need to be certain about how much home you can afford, Rocket can.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams. Wonder.
Is sponsored by Caesar Sportsbook. Your app is ready, Emperor. Experian, where you take control of your credit. And by the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Again tonight on CBS, the Primetime Emmy Awards live. Cedric the Entertainer hosts the Emmys tonight on CBS. Cooper appeared to be okay, walked off, has his helmet on, might come in on the next play. In fact, Cowboys down to 1 timeout. There is, but what a catch it was, and a pickup of 15. First down at the 45 of the Chargers. Tony, what's up?
It's a great catch right there. Great job by Dak Prescott getting his team into position here. You got to get closer. This is still too far. I'd like to get down inside the 30-yard line, make it a lot easier on your kicker.
Looks left, has him. Wilson out.
You're in no man's land right now is the Chargers, right? You got all your timeouts, but it's kind of at the point where I'm almost going to be aggressive. In other words, you have to take a shot to the end zone, but you're not throwing these short stuff on us anymore, right? We're getting up on you. You're going to have to throw it downfield. We're making this kick a long kick, or you're going to have to try and do something to score in a hurry. But they can't be soft and let this stuff be underneath.
2nd and 6 with 33 seconds. From the 41, they run it. Misdirection. Pollard, they're on him. At the 38. From there, it'd be about a 56-yard field goal.
Oh, this is interesting for both teams. Another one where it's like, oh, what do you do?
Look at the Cowboys landing a run. They have to just...
Dallas should have called a timeout there, and I don't think they should have ran that ball, first off, Jim, because now you're putting yourselves in a position where you have to just throw this out of bounds.
Down to 7
They're just going to take a timeout. Why would they snap this? Just take the timeout now. That's not. Wow. They had plenty of time to get multiple plays off and get at least 10 more yards, but handing the ball off, if you did that, you needed to call the timeout with 30 seconds left.
Right on the tackle.
And that way you're still allowed to throw another pass for 10 yards, get a first down, clock it.
So now let's move it to what's happening here with Zuerlein. He's going to have one 56 yards. His career long is 61. Of course, kicked for so many years for the Rams over at the LA Coliseum. But last week, as much as people talked about how he was off and he took a lot of self-blame for their loss, he did make a clutch 48-yard field goal in the late going before Brady brought back the Bucs to win the game. So he hit a clutch one, but this is 56 yards win for the win.
And Chargers, give them credit. They didn't take the timeout, and it kind of surprised Dallas. Jim, let's see if there's a timeout.
Yeah, they're running out there to charge Los Angeles with the timeout.
And being a kicker is a lonely world, right? Especially last week. I know he made the clutch one, but the early ones, right? He felt like the weight, because that kind of put them behind.
All right, I'll give you some symmetry if you want it, okay? So last year, it counts, I guess, but everybody in Los Angeles talked about this being the official home opener for the Chargers because there's fans. But last year when the stadium did open, fan-free, it was Dallas against the Rams, and it opened with Zuerlein kicking off. Okay, so now the Chargers' home opener could end with Zuerlein making a kick.
Does he make it, Jim? Make the call.
56 yards.
Does it go in?
I can see it.
That's not a call, Jim. Make it.
I'll say yes.
All right, let's see it.
For the win, Zuerlein's kick. Is it long enough? It is into the net for the victory.
You called it. What a job. Dak Prescott playing an outstanding game today. Coach McCarthy getting his team. You feel good after week 1, right? But you still lost. You got to come in here and get back to 1-1. And Herbert, a devastating loss. Both teams played a great game. Too many penalties. But Dak Prescott and the Cowboys come down and let Zuerlein
unbelievable
kick the game winner. What a game.
56 yards to win it. Look, they had plenty of leg on this. It hit into the net. I mean, it had room to spare. The Cowboys, that thing was still soaring. They started the year on Hard Knocks, and now they get their first win of the season.
Minnesota. What's happening in Minnesota right now? What happened last play? Bro, I want to know what happened. I have a 90% chance of winning. Mike Evans. He only has Swift playing, and that's against the Packers defense. Who has the ball? Tennessee has the ball. 1 minute 54 seconds remaining. Dang, look at Lockett. 7 receptions, 151 yards, 1 touchdown. Jeez. Sheesh. Here's Carson, 2 touchdowns. Tyreke Hill, 2 touchdowns. Dude, Najee Harris actually played like good today. Unless Swift pops off and Mahomes does like nothing, then I should be fine for this fantasy win. Also, AJ Dillon, Mason Crosby. Okay. Is KC Baltimore on right now?
The Chargers 20-17 to get to 1-1. And welcome to those of you who watch the Arizona Cardinals hang on as Minnesota had a 37-yard game winner for Greg Joseph. And Joseph.
No way.
Oh, Arizona keeps the NFC West undefeated.
That's what happened? Dang, bro.
East, we've got the Patriots, we got the Jets, and we've got some mistakes for Sim. We start with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes for Zach Wilson today. You know, it's the New England Patriots defense. You know they're very talented. They're always well coached, and Zach Wilson certainly had issues throughout the game. You're going to see here, Maria, on the roll to the right. This is the one maybe that's not his fault. Corey Davis, I think he'll want to catch that ball tomorrow when he watches the film. It goes through both of his hands. But some of these other ones are not good.
This is second quarter, Jets driving.
What? Yeah.
Wilson, another interception by J.C. Jackson. He had 2 in the first half.
He's got to learn, again, this is NFL football. It's not BYU anymore. The defense is going to win some plays at times, and you're not going to be able to bring the offense back in one play with magical throws. And I think he just forced the issue a few too many times today.
3 of his first 5 pass attempts were intercepted. We take you into the ghost again that Calvinoy was doing a little bit of trolling there, a little Sam Darnold reminiscing. Meanwhile, there are no ghosts for Damian Harris as he runs in for a touchdown.
No, and this is where New England is special. They play defense, and they can run the ball on just about any look. And if Mac Jones manages the game properly, they're going to win a lot of games like we saw today. Kind of ugly, but it's a victory nonetheless.
All right, so the Patriots win their 11th straight game against the Jets, and we kind of saw 2 polarizing performances from the rookie QBs. We've got Mac Jones, who's taking what the defense gives him. We saw Zach Wilson with those 4 interceptions. What is your take on watching these first-year quarterbacks?
Well, I think Mac Jones realized, like, hey, he's smart. He's kind of plays like a veteran. Wait, our defense is good. We run the ball. I don't need to take too many chances. Now, again, today, the Jets defense was playing okay as well. Zach Wilson's just got to realize there's going to be some ugly parts of the game, especially when you're playing in New England in the AFC East for the rest of your career. And just at times, punting the ball, taking a sack is the right play.
Hey, look, rookie QBs against Bill Belichick-led Patriots teams are 6-21. So now Zach Wilson joins in that group. Meanwhile, Sammy Watkins, remember, those are his old teammates. Played the last 3 seasons with the Chiefs, piling on the love now. It'll be all business later. We're getting you ready for the Chiefs taking on the Ravens tonight.
No way!
Every customer has their own Safe Light story. This couple loves camping adventures, and they're
Bro, look at the score. It's 29-7. I just said 29-7. 29-30. Seattle Seahawks. Derrick Henry just got a rushing touchdown. Probably gonna see what the field goal looks like after here in a little bit. And what happened? I want to know what happened. Okay, thank you. Wow. I gotta see if this is on TV.
Ninth season under Andy Reid and looking to reach the Super Bowl for a third straight year. Earlier, Rodney Harrison caught up with the Chiefs head coach.
Coach, you get back two veteran defensive players, Tyrann Mathieu and Frank Clark. How big is that for your defense?
Yeah, well, it's great. Those are two good leaders. Tyrann's he coordinates everything on the back end there, and Frank brings great energy.
A big challenge for your new offensive line. What concerns you?
Well, you got a veteran group on the other side. They're pretty good, and so it'll be a good test for our young guys. They passed last week. They got to do it again this week.
What you tell your team about coming into this hostile environment and dealing with all the noise?
It's going to be loud, and then they're going to play a little rock and roll on top of that. It's even going to be louder. So the fans here are unbelievable.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Andy's former team, the Eagles, taking on the 49ers. 4th and goal, up 3, little Philly special. Greg Ward ready to throw. Jalen Hurts is covered. Hard to run Philly special when you're Philly. Everybody knows it's coming. Turn it over on down. So let's pick up the 49ers. Offense struggling. Getting going here. Garoppolo to Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, Jimmy G started off slow in this game, but led a nice 2-minute drive to finish out the half.
Yeah, 40 yards down the field, and then Jawan Jennings for the touchdown. San Francisco kept off the board for the first half until then. Jennings' first career NFL catch puts the 49ers on top by 4. Now a long drive here, Drew, and a Garoppolo keeper for the score.
Yeah, this finished it off. San Francisco defense did a nice job thwarting Jalen Hurts and his weapons on offense.
We'll see the Niners next Sunday night against the Packers. Tony, let's go to Indianapolis, your old stomping grounds. Carson Wentz makes his debut there. They struggled in the red zone again this week.
Yeah, and this is Frank Reich going for it on 4th and 1 rather than taking the sure field goal. Rams defense rises up and stops.
7-3, second quarter, back in the red zone. Shovel pass is picked off.
Another opportunity wasted. Rams defense stepping up one more time, keeping them out of the end zone.
The Rams looked good at times on offense. They were up 3, couldn't put the Colts away. Key spot here. Nick Scott, personal protector, slides over. Got in the way of the snap.
Didn't slide over far enough.
Ashton Dullin's going to recover it, and the Colts, who hung in this game, now have taken the lead. So can Matthew Stafford lead a comeback? All he keeps doing is throwing it to Cooper Kupp, and why not?
Kupp was fantastic today. The Colts had no answer for him. Big play after big play.
44 yards down the field there, gets them close. Why not go back to him for his third touchdown, his 16th catch of the year?
He has been on fire, and I think he likes playing with Matthew Stafford.
Wentz in the fourth quarter on third down, trying to lead a comeback. He got tangled up with Aaron Donald. That's not good. An ankle injury.
Yeah, they put Aaron Donald on the right side of the offensive line, and he wreaked havoc this whole game.
So the second-year man out of Washington, Jacob Eason, tries to come in and lead the comeback. Trusts his arm, but Jalen Ramsey's there. We saw how good Ramsey's playing on Sunday night. He continues there. A 3-point win for the Rams on the road. So Indy's lost to Seattle and the Rams, a couple of good teams. But the offensive side with Carson Wentz, a bit of a concern for you right now?
Yeah, it is. He's a very talented guy, but who has not been able to stay healthy. And while you sit back and you appreciate his courage and his toughness and his desire to want to extend plays and do all these things, at the end of the day, he has to stay available. He has to stay durable. Just like you would tell a receiver or a running back, hey, know when your journey's come to an end. It's okay to go down, live to play another day. That's just something that he's going to have to begin to understand and embrace, or else he's just not going to be able to stay healthy.
Yeah, and I thought Carson Wentz would have a huge year this year, getting reunited with Frank Reich, playing behind a great offensive line who would protect him better than they did in Philadelphia, but that hasn't been the case. He's gotten hit way too much so far this year.
We saw a foot injury, and there's immediate concern with Wentz after the surgery in the offseason. A different foot, but Mike Florio, what are you hearing about Carson?
Well, it is an ankle injury on that right foot. They will know more tomorrow about whether and to what extent he'll miss time. If he's out, Jacob Eason is the next man up. Brett Hundley's on the roster. Sam Ellinger's on IR. If he's going to miss significant time, there will be talk of a possible trade for Nick Foles, just like there was back after that foot surgery happened early in camp, Mike.
Of course, the same connection, obviously, with Frank Reich from back in their Philly days. Lamar taking the field in Baltimore. This is an important game for the Ravens. They don't want to go 0-2, but it's a tough task against the Kansas City Chiefs tonight.
Securing the win. Presented by Simply Safe.
And the Chiefs have won in overtime on an improbable victory. We got all game long. Goodbye, Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go. We'll see y'all again. Yeah, sure.
It's Pat Mahomes beating Lamar Jackson.
How do you get over the hurdle of the Chiefs?
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's Fancy Light Date Night Menu and by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance.
So if I was a sneakerhead, catching in on that sweet...
This game just went overtime. That's awesome.
Second play from scrimmage for the Bills, Devin Singletary.
Yes, Buffalo had very little offense last week. They came out of the gate strong. Singletary with a great run here.
So Buffalo's up 7-0. See if Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins, who won week 1, can come back. Fourth down here. It's an incomplete pass, but more importantly, A.J. Epinesa hits Tua.
And this was really the story of the game. The Buffalo defense put in tremendous pressure on the Miami quarterback.
Rib injury, Tua out. More on that in a minute. You know Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, they get each other. And this is one of the reasons they get each other. Look at this work together on the field.
Yeah, that's quite a handshake routine, but if it leads to this type of chemistry, I'm all for it.
Oh, what a play. Allen scrambling. He's got that Mahomes-like arm. Big. He trusted he can make the unscripted plays. Tua's out. Jacoby Brissett is in. It wasn't much better. He gets picked off here by Levi Wallace.
Not a good day for the Miami offense. Buffalo defense really stepped up, played well today.
First time Buffalo has shut out Miami since back in 1966. First shutout of the NFL season. Raiders won on Monday night over the Ravens. Short week, go to Pittsburgh, take on Big Ben. Dumps it here to Najee Harris.
Oh, and he may be getting a letter from the league for roughing the tackler.
That is good.
That is why they drafted him in the first round. Mike Tomlin wants some of those highlight reel plays.
His best Derrick Henry impression. Let's get to Derek Carr. We know the performance he put up in the comeback Monday night. Up top, Foster Moreau, the tight end.
Very little running game today. A lot of people injured. Carr had to be good, and he was good. This is a brilliant throw, great read. He found his mismatches all day.
We were worried about Carr as he got rolled up on at the end of that touchdown, but he stayed in the game. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, work cut out for them. They try to get it to Najee Harris. He does the work again.
They had trouble running the football, but he, in the passing game, made it happen, stretches out, makes the play here, puts them in position to be in the game.
Yeah, so now it's a 2-point game. Carr feeling good. That leg is working. Ready to roll. Oh, Al Davis would have loved this. Deep ball to Henry Ruggs.
He really would. That's what he loves. Guys with speed. Ruggs has speed. Put the ball right on the money.
61 yards. The Raiders had some tough losses last year. Come up with a huge one on a short week on the road in Pittsburgh.
Is it good for the conference? I mean, everyone's like, well,
yeah, I'm not going to be a philosophical Socrates up here. We're all confident. We have a confident group. We were confident last year. We lost some heartbreaking wins. You know, gut-wrenching, disgusting losses at the end of football games. So we have a long way to go. We're nowhere near perfect. God bless you. Sorry to interrupt you.
Socrates and disgusting in the same sentence. I'll let my man Johnny Gruden. Time to simplify the game. Powered by Microsoft Surface. Chris Sims, you lived that world for a while.
I definitely did. I never executed that offense, though, like Derek Carr is right now. I mean, he's surgical with a short passing, intermediate passing game. But, Drew, let's check out the one deep pass we just saw with Henry Ruggs. Pretty amazing. Johnny Gruden knows how to dial him up.
Yeah, he does. So here's a pressure look from the Pittsburgh defense. It's going to be a man pressure, 6-man rush. You've got Minkah Fitzpatrick right here. He should be in the middle of the field, cheated this direction. Why is he cheated over there? Well, because you've got one of the best tight ends in football, Darren Waller, there. So he's cheated there. Watch as this play runs. You've got a nickel pressure who's free, okay? We'll stop it there. Now, what would a quarterback normally be thinking? Hey, I've got a free rusher coming at me. Let's just get the ball out here to Hunter Renfrow. But no. Derek Carr feels this low safety, and he says, all right, Ruggs, here we go. I'm launching it to you. Excellent throw. You've got to be near perfect to make that throw there. But Derek Carr did on that play, and he really was all day long.
And what's amazing is it's really not the place you should go with the ball against that coverage.
It's not.
But he just got great feel and great instincts right now. Back to you, Mike. Johnny Gruden, he's kicking some butt.
Yeah, Raiders off to the good start, too. And meantime, to Pittsburgh and some injury concerns, Mike Florio, especially with their highly paid star in defense.
Yeah, linebacker T.J. Watt left the game with a groin injury. I'm told it's not believed to be something that will keep him out multiple weeks, but it kept him out of an important game. And for T.J. Watt, that's significant enough. The good news is if he can't play Melvin Ingram, who got a lot of playing time, in training camp and preseason when Watt was waiting for that contract, he slides right in. The Tua Tagovailoa injury, we saw him being carted to the locker room. The rib injury, x-rays negative, tests tonight and tomorrow. We'll know more tomorrow about whether and to what extent he misses time. Jacoby Brissett is the backup, but if he's going to be out for an extended period of time, you know, Mike, the Deshaun Watson talk is going to start all over again for the Dolphins.
That's in a couple of different places with quarterback injuries with Houston and Miami. Speaking of injuries, the Ravens running backs hit hard by injury this season. You see the three names at the top. Williams, Murray, and Freeman trying to carry the load now, waiting for Le'Veon Bell in the practice squad. They did run for 189 yards against the Raiders, top running total in the league week 1. Try to do it against the Chiefs tonight.
Simplify the game, powered by Microsoft Surface, the official sideline technology provider of the NFL.
All my life, I've been looking for ways to give back and serve those around me.
you've been drawn to his game. How do you catch your eye?
Man, in college, I'm looking at the game, and I'm like, who is this little guy going around knocking people out, creating havoc? And then I loved him so much. When I watched him, I said, let me pick up the phone and call the Patriots. I called the Patriots and said, hey, man, you got to get this guy. He's versatile, he's tough, he's smart, he's a tremendous leader, and they still didn't draft him.
And Rod, Sunday Night 7 is back. 100 G's on the table every week. Tonight it's Travis Kelce. Receptions and receiving yards, where does he land?
I'm going 7 receptions, and I'm going 70 to 89 yards. Anything more than that, then Baltimore Ravens defense is in trouble. But yeah, 70 to 89 yards.
I like it. You can make your sports on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Maria, back over to you.
All right, appreciate it, Jack. Now, let's get you back to the highlights. Minnesota taking on Arizona. Remember, Kyler Murray had 5-touchdown game last week against the Titans, so expect some fireworks here.
Yeah.
How about a 12-yard touchdown run this week?
I mean, the acceleration is insane. He's like the road runner out there.
Well, he's doing his Baby Yoda pose because of
that's
all
what
that.
he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what he is, at least tonight. Okay, Murray buying some time, looking for Rondell Moore downfield. How about you go for 77 yards and make Drew Brees happy because you're a Purdue Boiler?
Well, you might want to cover that guy. Yeah, Drew Brees is very happy when this happened, but it's just amazing. Free rusher, he gets away, still finds an unbelievable big pass play down the field to Rondell Moore.
Okay, Arizona was up 1 at the half, but then a little defense popped in.
Finally, some defense in this game, and Nick Vigil does a great job of really just reading Kyler Murray's eyes. I think Kyler kind of threw it blind. He does a good job getting 2 hands on the ball, pick 6.
All right, we take you to the 4th quarter now. Carr's down by 2, going for it on 4th and 5. Kyler, what do you have in your back pocket?
Well, he's got a lot in his back pocket because he has a great arm, he has a great feel for the game, but there, just floating away versus the all-out blitz gives his guy a chance in Christian Kirk.
Yeah, 35-yard reception notch on the Cardinals will kick a field goal. It'll be 34 to 33. Then, under 2 minutes to go, Adam Thielen gets the 12-yard gain. So first down, and we're into field goal range. Greg Joseph on for the kick. Chip shot. 37
One of
yards.
the easiest we saw
Here we
all
go.
day. Oh,
Vikings fans, that never has happened before. It's never happened before. Arizona wins by 1, Mike.
7 lead changes in that game, none in this one. It was dominated by Carolina Maria from the start. Sean Payton missing 8 assistants because of COVID. 5 defensive starters. Sam Darnold took advantage of those defensive guys missing, Drew.
He looks awfully comfortable in this offense right now, spreading around all his playmakers. Christian McCaffrey had a huge day as well.
Brandon Zylstra, that touchdown to the offense. Jameis Winston threw 5 touchdown passes in week 1 over the Packers. Different story today. Sacked here as it was a struggle for the New Orleans front. 65 total yards in the first half. To the second we go. And Darnold finding his tight end, Dan Arnold. And so it's Darnold to Arnold for 17.
Former Saint Dan Arnold making the Saints pay.
3 plays later, it's Darnold to DJ Moore.
Yeah, Saints defense played well, but they were on the field entirely too long. And unfortunately, with some injuries, they were taking advantage of the time.
Trying to get on the board before the end of the half. Winston is intercepted by Justin Burris, his first interception of the season. Taking to the 3rd quarter, Saints still down 17. And again, the pressure on Jameis Winston.
That front really got after Jameis. With the 4-man rush and also with pressure, forced him into 2 turnovers, a lot of sacks, a lot of QB hits.
They had 11 possessions and only ran 43 plays. Saints offense struggled mightily. Carolina 2-0.
Offensively, particularly, it's as poor as we've been in a long time around here, and that starts with me. We've got to do a better job going in. Our protection plan wasn't very good. It had nothing to do with us being shorthanded with coaches or us being away or the COVID. All of those would be excuses.
So we'll hold the tailoring on Jameis Winston's gold jacket that folks were ready to give him last week. Only 6 first downs for the Saints in the game. That's their fewest as a franchise since '97. Why a 180-degree turn for the offense?
Well, they couldn't get anything going. They couldn't sustain any drives. They couldn't complete any balls. They couldn't run the football, and they left their in defense out there entirely too long. 40 minutes in this game. Give credit to Carolina. They had a great plan defensively. They're a hard defense to plan for. They were kind of this college defense that came in under Matt Rule. It was hard to game plan for. It was really hard to adjust to at times, but it's obvious that they're very comfortable running this scheme now, and it showed today.
And I'd like to talk about Sam Darnold a little bit. You know, in New York, hey, he's not the guy and he can't do this. He's looked exceptional these first 2 weeks, very much under control.
So good start for Carolina at 2-0 and atop the division. Time now for the PointsBet Pulse, looking at Lamar Jackson. PointsBet has his rushing over-under total for tonight at 68.5 yards. That's the most of any player. Drew, I want to ask you about him. How effective do you think he's going to be running the ball against the Chiefs tonight?
Well, I think he needs to be effective, but he also needs to understand that 4 and 5 yards is okay. It doesn't have to be a home run every time. Most important thing is that you possess the ball, you get first downs, and more importantly, let's keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Part of the equation tonight. Download the PointsBet app. Get betting options you won't find anywhere else. Take you on the field in Baltimore. More highlights of the late games as football night continues.
Subway has so much new it didn't fit in their last ad, like the new steak and cheese. They start with new freshly baked artisan Italian bread, and then they pile on new thicker cut tender marinated steak and top it off with melted cheese. Well, guess they need another ad. The Eat Fresh refresh at Subway. There's too much new to fit in one commercial.
I'm Jacob.
When we go on the field, presented by Hyundai. Let's talk about the guys they like to get into. Drew, we'll start with Kansas City's Tyreke Hill.
Tyreke Hill is saying, I really hope that the Ravens defense pressures us like they normally do, because you know what that means? That means one-on-ones and lots of space. I like space. That's when I get open and make plays.
And low-key flashing the deuces so he doesn't get a taunting penalty, right? What about Hollywood Brown? A little similarity in the offense in his role.
And I think he's going to be key tonight. Kansas City's defense is going to focus on taking away the tight ends and the inside throws. He's got to be effective outside and up the field, make some big plays in the passing game.
All right, as we work towards Sunday Night Football, all the late games are done. Let's bring you the highlights of some of them. Let's start with Atlanta and Tampa Bay. We were there to see Tom Brady and the Bucs unveil the banner. Feels like forever ago. It was only a week and a half ago. But he and Gronk are still rolling, Drew. 20-yard touchdown to get it going today.
It took these guys a little bit to get going last year with their first year in the offense, but put the rest of the NFL on notice right now. If you're in the red zone and you're playing against the Buccaneers, you might want to cover Gronk.
Another 2-touchdown game. Mike Evans had 2 touchdowns as well. The Bucs were a big. Atlanta got back in this game. They tightened it up within 3, but Brady to Chris Godwin. Tom Brady, 5 touchdowns today, 9 in his first 2 games, and then Matt Ryan under pressure and turned it over not once but twice.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons offense played well up until this point. All of a sudden, 2 of these pick sixes to finish out this game.
And by the same guy, Mike Edwards got the first, he got the tip, and got the second. First player with 2 pick sixes in a game in 9 years. Zach Brown did it in 2012. The Bucs are rolling with a 2-0. This just over. Welcome to those of you who watched a wild one with Tennessee and Seattle. Russell Wilson and company off to a big lead. A deep ball at Tyler Lockett.
You're wondering what happened to the Tennessee defense. Just people running wide open all over the field. Tyler Lockett making plays. This is how the game started, but it changed.
It was 24-9. Seattle had this game taken care of in the second half. Tennessee came back though. Derrick Henry had huge second half rushing. He had 147 yards on the ground in the second half.
And they stayed with him in the second half and kept feeding him the ball. He got stronger and stronger.
Wilson, one more deep ball. Up 8. Freddie Swain on the other end. Wide open.
It would be nice if we had some coverage, but this was kind of the last highlight for Seattle.
6 touchdowns, no picks. Wilson rolling. Things look good. Seattle defense at home. 4th quarter lead. There goes Derrick Henry. You wondered for 6 quarters where he was. There he is.
Defensive backs can't believe how fast this guy is for his size. He runs away from people in the secondary.
Titans defense holds. They get the ball. They go down the field. Henry pounds it in. They kick the extra point. They tie it. They head to overtime. After an exchange of punts, Tennessee gets it, moves it down the field. They got field position because of good defense on Russell Wilson. And from 36, Randy Bullock closes it out. What a win for the Titans on the road. Looked like they were going to go 0-2, a team people talked about with Cleveland and Buffalo and Kansas City in the AFC and Pittsburgh as well. But that big second half I mentioned by Henry, 147 yards and 3 scores, a big difference. What a win for Tennessee on the road. Guys, let's go look at what happened at SoFi with the Chargers and the Cowboys and Justin Herbert against Dak Prescott. Scoreless early. Dallas running game set the tone, Tony.
Yeah, and this is what Dallas has to do to be effective. They've got to use these running backs and their offensive line and be balanced.
And they get the game with a touchdown. They continue to do that. So late first, it's Cowboys up 4, and it's Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And it was good to see him get the ball and pound it in there. The Cowboys ran the ball very well today.
Dallas ran it for 198. Second quarter, Chargers are down 11. Justin Herbert had to step in and take over, Drew.
Yeah, he did. Throw it to your big man. Mike Williams is one of those guys that can really be a game changer for the Chargers this year.
Missed the 2-point conversion. It's a 3-point game. Later in the third, it's tied at 14, and it's Herbert looking for Keenan Allen. This time, Devontae KZ is there and comes up with the pick.
Bad luck there. Keenan Allen falls down on the post. Justin Herbert was turning it loose. He stepped in front of him, get the pick.
All right, to the 4th quarter, it's tight. The Chargers are down 3. Herbert throws it to Jared Cook. Looks like it's a touchdown, but illegal shift was called. No touch. Take that graphic down. No touchdown. We're going to hang on. Chargers going to kick the field goal. We're all even at 17. On the ensuing drive, it's Dak. NZ out of the backfield. Big third down. Conversion here for the first down. Time ticking down. All even at 17. Prescott one more time. Big catch of Amari Cooper in traffic. Dinged up on the play to the 43. Dak takes that time out. And they're going to bring on Greg Sherlock.
Two players and
Missed the kick at the end of the game against Tampa from 56 yards. Pounds one through, and the Dallas Cowboys on the road come up with a win. How about that for Jerry and company? 20-17, Marie and Chris, big win. How'd the Cowboys do it?
Love the Jerry Jones reaction right there, and it's so interesting, Chris, because remember in week 1, it was Dak Prescott throwing it all over the field with 58 attempts, and then it seemed like they were leaning more on the run in week 2.
Different game this week. I mean, they won through their defense and the run game, the two-headed monster at running back. It was nice to see.
Okay, well, let's take a deeper look at it. Time now for the Sunday Night Game Flow presented by Progressive.
All right, well, here we go. We said it's defense running the football, a little versatility on the offensive side of the ball. I thought we might see Dak Prescott just throwing it 55 times a game all year long. But no, Dallas said, hey, we got a really good offensive line. And you see here, Tony Pollard, when he has a little hole, he can hit it at 100 miles per hour. Has the ability to turn the corner. He was very impressive all day long, along with Ezekiel Elliott, who looked really good. This was the star of the day, in my opinion. Michael Parsons, top 11 pick in the draft. He's supposed to be a middle linebacker. They got injuries at defensive end. Oh, yeah, just go rush the passer and be a defensive end. No problem, Coach. I'll be good at it.
Put me in, Coach. All right, that was the Sunday Night Game Flow presented by Progressive. Back to you, Mike.
Good points there. Parsons didn't have a sack in the game. Pollard over 100 yards. Elliott solid. I think this is a big win for Dallas. Look, they played well in Tampa, the game we were at, the kickoff game. To go to L.A. and get this win over a good Chargers team, Dallas is on the plane feeling good tonight.
They really did. Two things that really stood out to me. Dak Prescott is playing good football. We expected that if he was healthy. He looks like he's healthy. But when they get that running game going also, that's their identity. That's what makes them flow, and they had it today.
Yeah, going into the season, so many question marks about the Dallas Cowboys. Dak's health, the defensive side of the ball, just the fact that as a team they have blocked out that noise. They really played well against Tampa, had a chance to win, go on the road, get a big win against the Chargers. I think they're off to a great start here.
Dallas and Philadelphia meet next Monday night, and we saw Washington play the Giants. Maybe the NFC East is not as bad as it can't be as bad as it was last year, but it looked a little bit better here in week 2. Chargers, the first team from the AFC West to lose a game this year. Will the Chiefs be the second? Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes on the road in Baltimore. The Ravens are beat up, but these are the games Lamar Jackson and company step it up.
At USAA, we've been called to it.
having primetime games. They feel like they don't get them often enough. You're going to hear them a lot. Can the Chiefs take the fans out of the game? Ravens, Chiefs, Sunday Night Football coming up. But first, the best of week 2 brought to you by Verizon 5G. Built right. Good slate. Ended up with some good games. Tony, Houston going to Cleveland. Baker Mayfield happened to win.
Yeah, Baker gave the Cleveland fans a scare, went out making a tackle on an interception, but came back in to lead them to victory.
Houston loses. Also, their quarterback, Tyreke Hill, injured. They're on a short week. Drew, Josh Allen, and Buffalo will get to win column.
Yeah, bounce back game for Buffalo going on the road to Miami. Josh Allen scrambles to his right. Don't throw it back across the middle unless you're throwing it to Stephon Diggs and it's going to be a touchdown.
Tua hurt, MRI tomorrow. Raiders 2-0, maybe the most impressive win of the day.
Derek Carr was fantastic, made good decisions, made great throws, but more importantly, led his team to victory in a tough place to win in Pittsburgh.
Miami heads to Vegas next week. Drew, the Saints, they're the poorest offensive performance in the Sean Payton era. What happened?
The defensive line for Carolina was all over the Saints. Took away the run game, got pressure on Jameis all day long. Second year in the system for this Carolina Panthers team, and it shows.
They're 2-0 for the first time in 4 years. Tom Brady, 2 games, 9 touchdown passes.
Yeah, Tampa coaches told me before the season started they thought Tom could have his best year ever, and he's off to that kind of start.
Bucs go to LA next week to play the Rams in SoFi today. What a game, came down to the end. Greg Zuerlein, redemption from the opener, a 56-yard game winner. Dallas ran the ball. They were effective. Cowboys get the win over the Chargers, who play the Chiefs next week. Meantime, in Arizona, it came down to the end of this game as well. But Greg Joseph missed a 37-yarder. Kyler Murray and the Cards, 4 touchdowns. They win. Arizona is 2-0. The Rams go to Indy, and Tony, Cooper Kupp, and Matt Stafford continue.
This is why they got Matthew Stafford. When things got shaky, he took over.
Rams are 2-0 for the 4th straight season, Drew. San Francisco goes east and gets a victory.
Yeah, defensive battle the whole time. Neither offense looked really good. They just did enough to win this game.
We'll see the Niners at home next Sunday night against the Packers, who play on Monday night. This came down to the end. Derrick Henry with a big second half on the ground.
Derrick Henry running in Seattle with foolish penalties turned this game around.
Henry ran for 182. Game-winning field goal from Bullock gives Tennessee a 3.33-30 win. And that's the best of week 2 brought to you by Verizon. Time now, guys, to spin our attention to tonight and the picks for tonight's game. This Ravens-Chiefs game will start with our picks, the hometown picks, and we will send it, as they are brought to you by Lowe's, to Jack Collinsworth to get the proceedings going. Jack.
Like 83% of the country is on Kansas City. I made my pick when Lamar Jackson called the Chiefs his kryptonite. Ronnie Stanley's making $98 million to protect the blind side for games like this. But tonight, that $98 million's over on the sideline with an injury. I am on the Kansas City Chiefs, Rod. How about you?
I'm going with the guy that's got a $500 million contract. No way in the world I'm betting against Patrick Mahomes. What I'm interested in seeing is how physical this Raven defense will be against Kelsey and Hill.
Mike Florio, who do you like?
Well, you know, the Ravens had that tough physical overtime game on Monday night against the Raiders. It didn't seem to affect the Raiders earlier today. The Raiders weren't playing the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs.
All right, Mike. You know, I actually do believe in Lamar Jackson. I just believe he's going to go 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes a little bit more, so I got to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got to go the Chiefs, too.